The kingdom of Eldoria was cloaked in fear. Over the past month, 5 nobles, key members of the king's council, had been murdered in their own homes. Each body bore the same chilling mark, a crown split in two, etched into their chest with surgical precision. The people whispered of an assassin moving through the night, but no one suspected the truth. King Eryndor called an emergency meeting with his remaining council members. His voice was calm but firm, his presence commanding. We must stop this madness. Whoever this assassin is, they know our secrets. This is no outsider, it's someone within our walls. The room fell into uneasy silence. General Kale, the king's trusted right hand, nodded. We'll double the guards. No one comes or goes without scrutiny. Queen Seraphina, sitting beside the king, glanced at her daughter, Princess Lyra. Lyra had always admired her father's strength and leadership. But now, a shadow seemed to hang over him, a heaviness in his gaze she'd never seen before. Later that night, Lyra couldn't sleep. The thought of the murders, the symbol, and the strange tension in her father's voice kept her awake. Needing air, she wandered the castle halls, her footsteps echoing softly in the silence. As she passed her father's study, she noticed the faint glow of candlelight through the crack in the door. Curiosity pulled her closer. Peering inside, she froze. King Eryndor stood with his back to her, a dagger in his hand. It gleamed in the candlelight, curved and sharp, matching the description of the murder weapon the guards had shared. On the desk before him was an open journal filled with sketches of the split crown symbol. Her heart pounded. Her father, her hero, was the assassin. She took a step back, her mind spinning. But the floor creaked beneath her weight. The king turned sharply, his piercing blue eyes meeting hers. For a moment, his expression was unreadable, but then he spoke, his voice low and measured. Lyra, he said, what are you doing here? Her throat felt dry. She couldn't speak. Instead, she looked at the dagger, then at the journal, and finally back at her father. The king sighed deeply and set the dagger down. You weren't meant to see this. What is this, father? She finally managed to ask, her voice trembling. Are you the assassin? He stepped toward her, his expression pained but resolute. Yes, he admitted, but not in the way you think. Lyra stepped back, fear coursing through her. You killed them. Why? They were loyal to you. They were traitors, Eryndor said coldly. Every one of them. They plotted to overthrow the throne and sell our kingdom to an enemy empire. The symbol you've seen, it's not a mark of rebellion. It's a message to those who remain, I know who they are, and I will protect this kingdom at all costs. Lyra's breath hitched. Her mind reeled as she tried to process his words. You could have exposed them, tried them in court. And risked chaos. Risked our enemies knowing how deeply the betrayal ran. No, Lyra. This was the only way. I did what I had to, for Eldoria. She stared at him, her faith in her father shattered and reforged in the span of moments. Was he a savior, or a monster? Perhaps both. What now? She whispered. Eryndor picked up the dagger again, his gaze steely. Now, I finish what I started. And Lyra, you must choose, stand by me or stay out of my way. The choice weighed heavy in her chest. Was she ready to bear the cost of her father's truth?